Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Today I'm going to be doing the next 3 stages, 6, 7 and 8 of the Fanhome release and build the 1989 Batmobile. So we're going to be continuing Tim Burton's Batmobile. Looking forward to this. Now, we've got 3 stages today, and I think for the next pack, it's going to go up to 6 stages. I know we normally get 6 stages a month going forward. I believe we're working on the turbine today as well, or the jet at the back. Not many parts, I have to say, so I don't know how long this is going to take. This is still available at the moment, though. You can get this from the video description there. Also, you've got the QR code on the screen. But without further ado, let's get cracking. So as you can see here, we do get our first binder here. Again, if you're unsure how to actually put these together, you've got numbers down the bottom. If you just follow the numbers, so you take number 1, fold that down. You take number 2, which is on the sides here, and fold them down. And then you take number 3 and you fold that down, and then you push that in there just like that. That is how you make a binder. And then obviously you can put your magazines in there, keep them nice and safe. If you want to catalogue them after that, just take these numbers off here and then you can put these on here. Just like that. So let's start with stage 6. Here are the instructions. And as you can see, we are doing the turbine engine here. Now obviously we had started building onto this here from the last pack, looking like this. We're going to be creating this section just like that there. And that's how it's going to look at the end of this stage. And this is the rest of the magazine. So here we go. Everything is inside this pack for stage 6. Get every individual bag here, including the screws, open. And the first thing we've got are these fans here. Now, all of these fans are exactly the same. So it doesn't really matter which one we use, but we do need to make sure they're in the right way. So basically, we make sure that the lip section on this is facing upwards when we put this in. They have got a D-shaped pattern, so as you can see, it can only fit in one way here. Hold it from the bottom so that it keeps the shaft in one place, then you'll be able to put that down. And then just continue doing that for each one here. So 1, 2, and finally number 3. So that's how that should look. Put that to one side. And then I've got the housing here I'm going to be putting together, and that is just a case of piecing both of these together with these lugs here. Perfect. Now when we put these together, we've got a little recess in there, and if you look here, there's a little recess in there as well. We need to make sure that those two line up. So that's going to go in like that, and I'm holding those in with these D screws. Now you will be forgiven for thinking I've actually missed a section off, which is this bit. I'm deliberately saving that till the end, because otherwise I'm going to knock it off. I know I am. 4 screws to get this into place. That's the last screw going in here. Now obviously this is going to be able to turn, so you do want to make sure that it can turn in there, no problems. The only thing left to do then is to put this linkage onto the end here. It's just going to go onto this side here, just like that. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So, stage 7. Here is the instructions. And again, we're continuing on with this turbine. Lots of details going on to this now, as you can see there. Putting this all in like this. So that is now how that's looking. And again, rest of the magazine. And I'll get stage 7 open. Okay, first thing I do is going to take these combustion chamber tubes looking like that. These are actually going to be going into the holes here, just on the inside, and over here. You might have to just stretch them a little bit there to get them in. Not going to need glue, because once you push them down, they're going to hold themselves in. Do the same on the other side here. That's 2, and then turn it upside down, and we've got 2 more to put on the bottom. And there you go. That's how that should look when they're all in. Excellent. Just put that to one side for a second, because I've got 2 parts here of the oil pump housing that I'm going to put together. and this is just a case of taking the like parts here and pushing these in. Again, you're not going to need glue because it is a tight fit, as you can hear. It does clip into place as well. Now this section here is going to be going onto the bracket here. So this is actually just going to be fitting on the inside, just like that. And it's held in with a D screw. Perfect. So that's how that's looking. And then finally, I've got these pipes and connectors to put together. So I want to take one of the pipes and put it on the larger of the lugs and ensure that it's in all the way. This is going to be a bit tricky. But if you put it in all the way, it's not going to fall out. Looking like that. Do the same on this one. Again, it's the larger of the lug. So once again, that's how that looks when it's in. So what we want first is the pipe which has got the connector sort of like at a right angle. That's actually going to go into this pin at the back here. The pipe is. Get that all the way in. And then the other side is going to go into the hole just here. Get that in, push that in. So it looks like that. Now the pipe which has got one which is slightly more than a right angle, as you can see there, that one is going to go onto the pipe just at the back here, or the nipple should I say, right at the back. It's going to be plugging into the hole just on the side of this oil pump here. Now it is a tight fit, so what I'm going to do is use my pliers so I can get a better grip of this, just to rock this into place like that. And there we go, that's gone in perfect. And with that done, that's all there is to do in that stage. So last stage of this pack. Here's the instructions. And as you can see, we've got the engine turbine for a lot of bit of housing and some detail here going on as well. So by the end, that's how it's looking. A lot of detail going on to this turbine. So this is stage 8. Let's get everything open. What we're going to do now, take what we just worked on in the last stage. I've got these oil filter tubes to put in now. Now I'm just looking at how these are going in the instructions. It looks like they go in this way. The reason why I'm unsure is because it does look like there's a difference in the pattern. I don't think there actually is. I think that's just my eyes. But that's how they're going to fit in like that. But they are held in from the underside with E screws. So I do have them here. Let's put one in here first. Perfect. And I'll put the one in the other side. And they're in type. Now what I'm going to do is make sure that these are at parallel with the actual pump here. I've got these filter bases to put on, which look like little top hats, and I want the narrow part to go on first. So that's going to be going on the ends just here. And slide that down, and we've got one to go on this side here as well. All the way down. Then I've actually got the filters, which are going on. They just push onto that one there. And that one there. Loads of detail here. And then I've got the caps which actually go on the end, which is going to keep that into place. So once again, one there. And one there. That looks really good, doesn't it? Okay, in the back sections of these, I've got some caps here, which have got nipples on top of them. Again, it's just going to be a case of pushing them into place. So one there. And one there. That's pretty much that finished, because now we're going to be putting this on top of this section here, and it's pretty easy to see where it's going to be going. It's going to go this way round on top here, and it's held in with 2 of these D screws. So hold that into place and put them in from the bottom. Perfect. Both of those are in place. That's all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. So that's looking pretty good, isn't it? Not bad at all. And what we've done up to now, just so you can see, is obviously we've created this area here. We've done one of the wheels. Look at that compared to my head. We've got the steering wheel looking like that. We've done the dashboard and we lit that up as well. You'll be able to see that in the playlist if you haven't seen that already. And then finally, we've done the iconic front, which is going to house the turbine of the Batmobile, which is all metal. Looking good. Looks good with my logo. Anyway, I hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.